Okay, this is the Monday Advantage, and let's get ready to kickstart your week. You're probably going to want to save this one for your website design building. All of us, to some degree, have to play on the web in some way, either social media or we have to go where the fish are jumping. 70% of buying in the average industry is being done on the World Wide Web. But we have to remember that individuals, including us, are going on the web to get information. So it's not the same environment as a sale out in a terrestrial place. It's not the same sale. People are getting information. They're not going to a website to say, sell me, sell me, sell me. I want to lose control. I don't want to feel like I'm buying. Please, just sell me. So we don't want to be in direct sales on the web. We want to accommodate. The key is we want to accommodate people with getting them what they want and getting it fast and easy. If you're going to master the web space, if you're going to become a great online marketer, you have to be able to be successful in answering two key questions. And these are the two key questions. How do I get the right people to the website? Okay, that's a big question, either through search engines, organic search, other methods, offline, advertising. There's probably 20, 25 different routes, tributaries, that land a buyer into the pool of your website. Or you could do the AdWords, you could do pay-per-click. There are many, 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 many ways. There are social media sites. Again, 25 different ways, but you've got to answer what is the best, most rounded diversity of tactics to get people to my site, and I've got to get the right people to my site, and therefore I've got to know the people I want, and I got to know where they are, and I got to give them a message that's going to resonate and compel them to land where I am. So marketing is creating a demand for what you do and landing quality people on your website. Here's the second question. How am I going to get people to buy? So that question is a big one. And getting people to buy is extremely complicated. How do I get them to buy? You have to somewhat read their mind. So what I suggest is that you make two columns in your design of your website. What you do is you put on the left-hand side the presentation. On the right-hand side, you write down the buyer shifting questions. So what you have to do is imagine doing a meditation. Close your eyes. And as you're doing this, you're imagining being in the skin of the buyer, right? If you want to see what the buyer buys, you got to look through his eyes, okay? And imagine that buyer is right at the point of coming to that, click on that link. Just imagine what that buyer is really thinking. What's the question that's in their mind? Is the question, I wonder what kind of help, for example, they're buying coaching. Is the question, should I hire a business coach or a corporate coach or a life coach or an executive coach or a strategic coach? Or there's so many different sort of genres or specialties in coaching. Is that really what they're thinking? Maybe when they get to the site, their thought is, or their question is this person, this coach, sincere? Are they genuine? Are they competent? Maybe they're thinking, do they have credentials? Are they certified? Is it someone that works international? Are they familiar with my industry? Write down a sequential question path that the buyer is likely to psychologically pass through. This will enlighten you on how to design your content in a more timely, impactful, and relevant way. So what you're going to narrate on the site in copy and design is directly acclimated, is related and relevant to the interior condition of the buyer. But see, we go on neglecting like this. We don't listen this way. We just focus on great content and we focus on, well, I got to set up the features. I got to put all the right stuff together. Instead of first starting with the buyer's inner assumptions and their interior condition. By the end of the site, what's their last question? You can do this also by asking people that have bought from you. Go back with clients that really know you and do some probing with them. How'd you get to the site? What were you thinking when you got there? What was the first thing you concluded? Then after you concluded that, what page did you click through? You know, and if you can't get good answers from them, then say, I'd like to work through 5 or 10 minutes with you to go to the website, and I'd like to talk to you about what in live action, what you're really thinking here. What do you notice? What do you not notice? Because whatever you feature and put in bright lights on that site, whatever you're putting in front of them, needs to keep them on a track within their line of questions, not your line of presentables. So you have your presentation elements, and you have the buyer's interior condition and the milestones, the questions that they're asking. Go ahead and sketch this out. And then begin to look at your current website or create a new one out of these questions. Talk to your designer, talk to your SEO guys, talk to them about the content that's needed to position the kind of facts, resources, stats, whatever it is that you've got to put in there to maintain the buyer in their own question path. That way you're more likely to get a hit. That way you're more likely to strike a marriage with them as a buyer. That way you're more likely to get them to the finish line, emotionally committed, loyal, and ready to become a great customer. And then how do you get them back? That'll be another Monday Advantage. So have a great week. Let's get started on this. Get down to business. Make your sketch.